Hi, guys.
Oh my
It's tea time. Hi, Rich Andrew.
Hello, everybody. Ooh,
We have our tea today,
yes, we do.
and we have our pearls.
We got a lot of clutching to do. We got a
We got
lot.
a lot of clutching to do today. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac. We're going to talk about the fight. We got to talk about Michael Darby. We're going to talk about Wendy Williams.
She's made her triumphant return. I love her. I don't know about you.
I do. I love Wendy.
Yeah.
But she looks fabulous. We have some kind of theory as to why she looks so fabulous now, don't we?
Yes, we do.
And then we're going to talk Garcelle. We love Garcelle. Okay?
She's now on the reel, and she confirmed something. We'll get a little bit later into that.
You know what? I just realized my microphone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can everybody else hear her?
Can you guys hear me? My microphone is always off in the corner. If I don't need it, I won't use it. So let's get into the Real Housewives of Potomac, because that was crazy. I mean, can you tell me, Andrew, what this fight is really about? It's not about her sleeping and not saying goodbye. These are superficial things, right?
I think Monique is just upset the fact that Candiace, maybe she's upset because Candiace is being more responsible this season about the way she's going at it. Maybe the fact that she's being like, oh, she's not a little girl. She's not acting like a little girl. Aw, no. Don't kill her.
Listen, I am definitely not Team Candiace. I'm Team Monique. Are you Team Candiace?
I am Team Monique, believe it or not.
I'm Team Monique. I think that behind the scenes, she has had enough with them trying to railroad her, say bad things about her relationship, even her child, okay, saying that the child wasn't Chris's. And so sometimes sometimes you just have to slap somebody, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I don't like to use this term, but sometimes it's needed. Sometimes you just have to throw hands. Like sometimes, that's just needed.
I love you. Andrew, sometimes we're going to give her a pass. Yes, we know you're not supposed to put your hands on anyone. We understand that. But what is it? Candiace has been poking the bear.
Mm-hmm.
And if you come for my family, there's no telling what I might do. I might just use a bat on you. I mean, I think that Monique is going lightly on Candiace.
She did. I mean, in the past with all the Housewife franchises, we've had tables flipped. We've had legs thrown. We've had wine glasses thrown. Like, they really just like throwing things. So, you know what, maybe if they were to create a Housewives Award, ceremony that was broadcasted on Bravo, it should be called, like, the Throwing Award or, like, the Throwing.
Now, you've seen the raw footage. First of all, were you shocked how good Monique can fight? Like, who taught her how to do that? She beat her up and was pushing off other people. She must have taken a karate class or something.
You need to teach me a thing or two.
I mean, and listen, when you get the short end of the stick in a fight, that's the person that wants to go and sue.
Yeah.
I think that if she would have beat up Monique, she would have left it there. I don't agree with this suing. What do you think about it?
I really don't. And I mean, I think honestly, it feels like a little bit like a money grab,
Ooh.
We all know, Candiace, I'm sorry, girl, your mother's paying for everything. Chris, he owns a restaurant. He's not Lisa Vanderpump yet. He's far from it. And you're doing your package consulting business.
No. Chris does not own the restaurant. He's just a cook in the restaurant, remember?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no shade to cooks. We're just saying that he's not the owner, which means he has a less, paycheck.
Yeah. These are saltwater pearls, if anybody's asking. These are saltwater. But this one's a Mikimoto. This is a Mikimoto Tiffany's ring.
It's a what, Mikimoto?
Mikimoto Tiffany's ring. So the pearl's Mikimoto, but the design's Tiffany's.
Love it. Only Rich Andrew. I love it. How much does that cost? A lot of money? Okay, we don't talk numbers, right?
We don't have to talk numbers.
Listen, the whole Monique and Candiace fight. I'm kind of over it before it even began.
Oh, right. Like I was way more interested in like, is Candiace trying to become the next new Luann? Like she's doing that singing thing, and we're all like, oh,
okay. Are we gonna have another housewife song?
There's so many. First of all, we've got Erica getting on the top of those dance charts.
Then there's my favorite, Kim Zolciak. She's still a song. I mean, oh my gosh.
You got Candy Burris, but that was Candy's thing before.
Yeah.
I think we all jam out to No Scrubs. I don't know anyone who does it.
Yeah. I don't think Candy can do any better than No Scrubs. I mean, she won a Grammy for it.
She also did Bills for Destiny's Child. So
yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. Candy is very talented in her own right. That's the only person I want to hear make another housewife song. The rest of them, oh my
Please be quiet. Please be quiet. Honey, you're not vocally trained. It's not your thing. It's not your thing. Sit there on your husband or ex-husband's arm and just look pretty. It's what you were bought for. It's what you were bought for.
Oh my God. The shade. I love it. So let's talk about what I want to talk about. I want to talk about Ashley and her and Michael admitting to their open relationship. I don't know. They're admitting to 3 ways and all of this.
Being with women and being with guys, and we haven't gotten to being with guys yet, but we all know what happens. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, it's too much. Is this marriage going to last, Andrew? I mean, it's just...
We go through this every 2 years. It's a 2-year cycle. I mean, it's what we do on this show. And you know what? Applause.
What are you talking about?
She has, you know what? Seeing it all play out on television. I'm sorry. This isn't YouTube. You're watching it play out on live national television. Yeah. And you're thinking, maybe and you can comfortably say after every single time you watch this, there's nothing wrong with my marriage. Airtight. There's no clause for me to get a divorce. None.
This marriage give a new meaning to the word dysfunctional. But you could see a sadness, as I've been saying every episode, in Ashley. Now she might be pregnant again. Like, what? And he does not show any signs of really wanting to be a true father. Do you know anything about his first marriage to Susan?
I don't. Like I've said, I've met Michael just a handful of times.
You met Michael?
I did. I ran into them at Bloomingdale's. It was a weird moment. It was a weird moment. Yes, it was. And I've talked about the experience before. It was so strange. Can't even really get into it.
Well, who was he with? Okay, tell me what you can tell me.
He was with Ashley, and I can comfortably say this because, I'm sorry, when you walk into Bloomingdale's, they're not like, hey, can you please sign a non-disclosure? No. So what had happened was, I walk in with a group of friends, and I'm wearing the Banana Republic Love Win shirt.
Okay.
And it's a very gay shirt, and I definitely and I'm with a group of other gay friends, so we definitely got a couple eyes from Michael. We definitely got eyes from Michael Darby. So that was weird.
So you're saying he really
has a wandering eye.
Yeah. In his 70s, it's just, I've never seen anything like it. Like, I thought after a certain age, you would pipe down. And not anymore.
You know what? You just say, I have a headache. I'm going to bed at some point.
That's what I thought.
Come on.
Yeah.
Throw in the towel.
Pretty bad. I mean, Michael Darby, and everyone says that she's having kids for the more money she'll make. Some money is not, all money isn't good money now, is it?
No. And he's not worth that much, Ashley. I'm sorry. She's beautiful. Ashley is beautiful.
She is.
Except for when she's wearing that wig, but she's beautiful.
Yeah.
She looks gorgeous when she's having it, when she was pregnant, when she wasn't pregnant, and when she's after being pregnant. I think you could do a lot better than Michael Darby. And come on, you really don't love him. If you have an open marriage, I've never seen that with someone who's totally happy. Like, we're talking totally happy. And I mean, at their age, between their differences, I mean, something's wrong.
Something's so wrong. And how do you mess up an open marriage? We have an agreement. You just tell me. Okay, you can do whatever you want. You still are embarrassing her. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, Who messes up an open marriage? Duh. I mean, Michael is just the worst. He really is.
Absolutely.
But I heard that his first wife, Susan, so these are the rumors that I heard about his other marriage, that he tries to, I don't think he even talks about it, but I know about it, that he left Susan for Ashley. Is this a case of karma?
You know what? I think this is karma. I always think it is. And you know what? And she is very with herself. She's done the salt cave thing. She's like, all of my frou-frou. Okay, you know what they need to do? They need to move to an area in Maryland called Tacoma Park. And it's like this very crunchy granola. There's like a hot yoga studio every 500 feet. There's like a co-opt farmer's market. Like they need to move there.
I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, these two, they just shouldn't be together. And like I said, I like Ashley a lot. I think she's very pretty. This could be a form of karma. You know, you were with someone else's husband and he's not even a prized possession. You know, and he doesn't want to be a father. You made him be a father. He doesn't want to be a father. It's just a mess.
And the worst part was this was the most interesting part of that show. The fight wasn't that even that interesting. It was like, oh, so.
And then I heard they're not going to show the whole fight. We've seen the best of the fight, but they're not going to share it.
Right?
Well, what's the point of that?
They should put a link on Bravo.com. They're like, in a secret link. They're like, click here if you want to watch like Candiace.
That fight was unbelievable. Monique is 10 times stronger than she looks, and I don't think Candiace got in a single punch. Not one. They have to show it. They have to show it.
On people.
Now I have to. But do you? Did it go? Andrew cracks. I love it. Let's get to this Wendy Williams thing because we love Wendy Williams. Don't you love Wendy Williams?
Love her. Like, I want one of those how you doing, like electric face masks. Or like the how you doing.
Well, good to see her go through this divorce. Was your heart broken when you see she wasn't coping with it?
I was so upset. And I remember the first time I ever came on your show, we were talking about Wendy Williams. And we were talking about how I talked about how she didn't probably like that life, you know, of being on where she could see her home. And it was very obvious that she didn't want us to see that. And then she later said in an interview, her most recent interview with Seth Meyers, that she said, you know what? I wasn't prepared for people to see the inside of my home.
Oh, and it was terrible. Wasn't it terrible?
And we got chit chat and my way.
And I did not expect her house to be decorated like that.
And the elephant came to the show. You guys, I don't know if you guys remember the elephant.
Really?
The darn elephant is in the back of the studio. It's back on the bleachers, and you're all just sitting there, and you're like,
she has money. There's no excuse for this. Like, get a decorator. But she came on the show today, and she looked fabulous. Fabulous.
Wendy Williams, gorgeous. Like, I'm telling you, she lost those 25 pounds. It was either liposuction, cool sculpt, or pure, or just not eating. But you know what? It worked.
It worked. She looked fabulous. She tried to tell us that she did not get a facelift. Before the show, I have to let you guys know. She's saying that this is tape. Let me show you. Do you guys think that's tape? Do you think there's tape behind that wig?
That's called fresh face.
That's called a facelift. She's not fooling me, people. Okay, I love you, Wendy. You don't have to tell us your business, but we know that's a scalpel. What do you think, Andrew?
She looks good. You know what? And I have no qualms against plastic surgery. That's something, if you do it, you go to the right doctors, and you definitely don't go to Mexico because you do not want concrete. And you know what? If it settles right and she looks and continues to look great, I've got no problem. She looks beautiful. And you know what? If this helps her if this makes her feel good, no problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
She looks fabulous. I just don't like being lied to.
No, I don't. No.
And do you remember when she was on camera and she said she'd got her neck done? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
She has gotten something done because she had slid all the way down. I don't want to hurt your feelings, Andrew, because I know you love her so much, but she wasn't taking the divorce well. She was back on the booze and the pills, whatever it was. So they sent her away, and now she looks great. But do you think mentally she'll be able to deal with this fast life again?
I hope she can. Honestly, I really hope she can. But I think what she should do, instead of doing the show, 5 days a week. Maybe we should try doing it 3 days at a start.
Yeah.
That's what I think we should do. I think she should really ease into it. And I mean, I do miss her, but I want her to be around for the entire year, not for us to have this like cut, I mean, I missed her to talk about some of these things,
Yeah.
I can hear her insight,
Yeah, we all agree. Nobody tells gossip like Wendy Williams. She's great at what she does.
She was the internet before the internet.
Of her personal life. They say divorce is like a death. They say that. And so, I think she looks good on the outside, and I'm praying that she's good on the inside.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We love you, Wendy.
We do.
We do. Now let's talk about Garcelle. Woo!
Okay. So
today was our debut. Kick it off. How did it go?
Okay, you know what? It went well. You've got Jamie Foxx came on, made Garcelle. Yeah, he did. Oh my goodness. God. And then we also had Denise Richards come up. This was her first, I believe, one of her first.
You got Denise Richards on? I'm sorry, I didn't watch it. Go ahead.
She got Denise Richards on, and you know what? Denise and Garcelle said, Denise, you look like the weight has been lifted off your shoulders ever since you decided to leave. And you know what? I agree. Garcelle's debut was beautiful. It was great, and I cannot wait to add it to my weekly lineup.
Well, let me ask you this. Did she mention anything about coming back on the show?
Yes, Garcelle, in fact, did say, if the producers are open to it, I'm going to come back, because now this is when they're all in the talks with the producers if they want to come back now. So Garcelle is up for it. Garcelle is up for the task, and I think we can count on Garcelle going in there full fire.
What did Denise have to say about herself?
She said, you know what, having a friend like Garcelle was really helpful in this time. And I can't agree more with her. I mean, this was a difficult time, and for her, and to have a friend like Garcelle, it was nice to see a true friendship on the show. A true friendship.
Did it look like that Denise regretted quitting the show? Did she say anything?
Not at all. Like Garcelle said, you look like a weight has been lifted off your shoulder. You look better since you're now no longer on the show.
Oh, wow. Did she say that?
Yeah.
Well, I don't see. You think Garcelle fit in with the other girls? She wasn't feeling Kyle.
You know what? I just hope she comes in guns blaring next season and she's like, all right, I'm kicking butt and I'm taking names. Because, okay, you're fake, you're fake, you're fake. Now let's show the real receipts. Like, I don't want any of this petty, well, I'll show the receipts if you do it. And that's kind of just like
receipts. I believe there's receipts.
I believe there's so many receipts. Mm-hmm. I want to know what happens with Rena's husband. And you know what? I really hope Garcelle fixes it.
Yeah, I mean, she's amazing. I love Garcelle. All right, let's bring up our coworker. Hello, Perry. How are you?
Hello. What's going on?
Good. Do you think Wendy Williams is going to be strong enough to finish out her contract?
No, I think she's pretty much done.
Wait, what?
I think she's pretty much done. Like, you can live a life for so long. I mean, like, certain type of life, but then certain things happen where a change need to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't stay there forever. I think she's done.
I'm not following you. You're saying she needs to quit?
No. Well, exactly. I'm thinking she will quit. You think
Wendy Williams is going to quit her show?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, even though no. I'm saying as much as as much as the show has given her over the years.
Yeah.
A lot of people retire.
I think in the next 5 years.
I think she's at that point, but I mean, I don't think it's the next 5 years. I think it's maybe next year. Just done.
Okay, wait a minute, Perry. Now, let me say something. Her job is not like every other job. She really likes it, okay? Listen, would you tell Andrew to stop making me laugh? I don't see her. Do you think she'll ever get over the divorce? Let me ask you that.
Well, people run across personal problems that either they can deal with them or they can't. Mm-hmm. It's a combination of everything that's going on in her life that I think that she's going to end up just moving on. I know we don't want to hear it, but
It doesn't make sense to me. Moving on from the show or
Johnny
moving on.
Parker moved on, didn't he?
Well, but there's a difference between moving on from her divorce and getting past it and moving on from the show that made you rich.
I'm talking about the show because the show, going on that show, it's gonna export things she don't want people to see. Mm-hmm. As she keep going into the limelight, people gonna talk about the things she don't want people to talk about.
Yeah.
So I think at this point in her life, she's trying to figure out where she's at and what to do. But I don't think that show is a priority anymore.
For her?
Huh?
Do you think it's healthy for her to do the show?
Is it healthy? No. I mean, actually, I don't think it's healthy for her to do the show anymore because now when you go on the show to talk about somebody, people gonna want to know about you. And so that those are things she haven't figured out in her own personal life. So how can she address it on TV, all this? And it's hard to put on a mask every day to come out to be somebody that you're not. And I pretty much think that she's pretty much done.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as in my world, Wendy Williams' show ain't what it used to be. So I'm just saying, in my world. And your sound is going out, Sharrell.
Yeah, your sound's going out.
I mean,
yeah.
We cannot hear you.
She keeps cutting out, yeah.
Sharrell, your sound keeps coming out. You need to fix your mic or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I think, Andrew. What you think? You think she's coming back?
I really like Wendy, and you know what? I don't want her to leave, but if the time is right,
it's time to go.
I mean, then that's okay. But just,
I think that she's not gonna come back. I think she's tired. While she's on top right now, she needs to just go ahead and say goodbye to everybody. I think she's going through a lot. Doing a show and her life still being upside down, that plays a toll on a person mentally, behavior. And I feel like maybe she needs to just leave for a couple months and just come back stronger. But I think she needs to rest. I think she's tired.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Give us the team to go to. I mean,
it
gives her
Sharrell, I mean,
Sharrell,
is your mic okay? Because it's coming in and out still.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You carry on. Let me see if I can.
Okay. Yeah, no. I mean, now, Andre, you're right. Now, what I'm saying is, now you can have greatness for a long time, but eras change, things change. So do your life. You know what I'm saying? So I sort of feel like she's at that point where whether she want to make that change, she probably need to make that change and go ahead and go off into the sunset. I mean, if she made enough money, most people go to college, do all this to make money, to set themselves up. When you're already set up, it's a certain point in life where it's time to live. That's what I think she should be at that point where it's time to just live at this point.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I agree with you to a certain extent, but I don't think she's gonna go. I think she's gonna stay because she has empty nest syndrome. Her ex isn't there anymore. Her ex-husband, her son's not there. What else does she have to do?
No,
I think
she has to. She can chat with Chit Chat in my way. She can talk to them.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
I think if she don't do anything positive, I think that I don't know. It's just me thinking. I think Wendy may end up having a nervous breakdown because she already had a couple.
Yeah.
And I think that if she don't leave and get herself back together, that she'll probably have another nervous breakdown. But this is the time for her to leave, get herself together, get her life together, and then come back later on stronger than ever.
Yep.
Wow. Let me take another call.
Yep.
Hi, Gabor. How are you?
Fine, and y'all?
Good.
Great.
What did you want to sound off on today? Because we got a lot to talk about.
Ooh, I wanted to talk about Ashley first, okay?
Okay.
We got so much.
I think that Ashley needs to drop Baby Dean off at her mama house and get over there with Monique and Monique need to show her how to embezzle that money, because ain't no way Monique done sit up here and spend $200,000 on a podcast show, whether it be live or not.
Really, Gabor, really?
Yes.
Yes.
There is no way she done went and spent $200,000 on a podcast, whether it was live or not. And she needs to show Ashley how to embezzle some money.
Well, $200,000. Ooh, you know what? She can buy a brand new Land Rover with that. You know, she can buy a lot with that.
You are so right, Gabor. It does not take $200,000 to launch a podcast. I mean, what in the world is going on here?
She either paying that trainer under the table for some other services or something. But she ain't paid no $200,000 for no podcast.
Oh my God. Gabor, you said she could be smuggling money to the trainer.
She doing something.
Oh, wow.
And Kristen even seemed bothered to buy it.
He's like, oh, okay.
And did you hear her say, she was like, oh, I have to get some more flyers because I got to get Candiace off the flyers. You only sold 20 tickets. Since when do you have to print more flyers for 20 people? You could just send a chain email for that.
Gabor,
Mm-hmm.
do you think that maybe she putting that money in another account somewhere?
She giving it to that trainer, or she preparing for her the day that she
I
leaves?
think you're putting that money in another account.
Oh, you guys are bad. You are bad.
I wanted to talk about the fight between Ashley and Candiace and Monique.
Sound off.
I think that Monique. So Candiace wasn't the one that was spreading rumors about Monique, right? Monique's friend told Gigi told Charisse, and Charisse told Giselle. Giselle wanted to bring it to the show. Monique confirmed with Candiace that Giselle was trying to do that.
Right.
And she had Candiace sign off on some statements that the girls was coming up with that. So she didn't do anything. And it was good to see. I think that Monique started the fight.
Are you Team Candiace?
I'm Team Candiace.
What is wrong?
What? Why would
I gotta touch my pearls? What is wrong with you, Gabor?
Ain't nothing. I watched the show. Monique is mad at the world that these rumors are out there, but she's mad at the wrong people. We only heard the rumors so far from Giselle. We haven't heard Monique mention the rumors, and she keeps calling Candiace selfish, and she only wants things her way. But you're the one that mad at her for her inviting Charisse to her own anniversary party.
Listen,
it's my party.
No, Gabor, we're about to go at it. Have you ever heard of the saying "guilty by association"? Candiace
They're on a show.
What's
that? They're filming a show together. She said it last night. I was on a show with Charisse for a whole season. Yes, we had an argument at the beginning of the season, but me and her made up after that. So why is it okay for Monique to make up with Giselle, and Candiace can't make up with Charisse?
I agree.
Listen, Candiace is being messy. If she was going to be on the up and up about the whole Charisse thing, she would have let Monique know, oh, I invited your girl to come to the party or whatnot. She is trying to bring her down. All of them. It's all of them against Monique. And let me ask you this, Gabor. If it was your, I don't know, significant other that they were spreading lies on, wouldn't you be mad at the world?
Who's significant other they spreading lies on?
Chris saying that that's not his baby, saying that Monique is having an affair. That's going for her marriage.
But
Candiace never said that. Candiace never said that.
She was in the
room. She was in the room, and she signed a legal document saying that the rumors was going around about that, and gave it to Monique. That's what I'm saying.
Candiace treats Monique bad.
When did she treat her bad? Monique keeps coming at Candiace.
No, I mean, like saying, "Oh, the girl was obviously asleep." Okay.
Well, baby. Well, okay. Well, she was asleep, but I mean, Okay, of course she was asleep. She fell asleep driving her car, saying that she was drunk. She was drunk driving her car, and she said that she was asleep. But she was tired. She's just so overwhelmed with these kids. But she got a podcast show called "Not for Lazy Moms" and spending $200,000 paying her trainer.
Oh my God.
I agree.
No, Gabor, no. You are wrong for that.
Am I? Am I really?
I mean, a little bit. I mean, it does not cost $200,000. Maybe she didn't have the right total in her mind. You're not going to get me to turn on my girl. It's just not going to happen, okay? It's not.
Why won't they step to Garcelle with all this mess?
And
she,
you're right.
Go ahead.
And I don't like how Monique and her were arguing, and Candiace was drunk. But I think that people forget that Candiace said that she loved Monique, and Monique said that she wasn't ready to talk. It should have ended there. But I really think that Giselle, remember when Giselle told Monique,
pushing.
I'm like a ninja waiting in the back time just to try to blow your face off. She went to Monique and planted those seeds about Candiace in Monique's head, and Monique hasn't been able to get over it ever since.
Okay,
Candiace,
I'm not going to jump on board with you, but I will agree a little bit that Giselle needs to be put in the spotlight. This is her mess right here. It really is.
She's sneaky.
Did you see how her and Robin was on the sideline just happy?
Yeah. I mean, Rich Andrew, does Gabor have a little point, just a small one, that Giselle is the center
She's
of it?
sneaky.
Giselle is the center of it. You know, she's sitting in that, Bethesda poorly decorated home that she went to a fine decorating store. She literally said on the show, you guys remember if you watched the show today, last night, she was like, "Oh, my style is amazing. I've got the best taste." And you're all just sitting there all like,
But you know what? She's jealous. She's jealous of Monique. She is jealous.
You're saying Giselle is jealous of Monique?
Yeah.
What is she jealous of?
I think that Giselle was upset. Giselle finally had her ticket with Sherman, right? She found a man that was a millionaire that was ready to marry her and all of this stuff. And Monique came in and talked about him on having sex in their car and cheating on his ex-girlfriend. And he didn't want to be on the show with no more. And he didn't want to be with Giselle no more. And Giselle was never over that because that was her meal ticket.
Right.
That was her meal ticket. Giselle should have. Go ahead, Andrew.
She should have picked it. She should have did what Tinsley did. Tinsley, when she left for Honey, she said, "You know what? Scott's the person who I want to be with, and I'm going to put Scott in front of it. I will breach my contract for this man." And Giselle clearly wasn't that serious for Sherman. And you know what? Girl, get your head bolt screwed on tighter. Like,
and ever since that, because Giselle have always had animosity towards Monique. She's jealous-hearted. She broke. She ain't got nothing going for herself, and she's a hot mess.
Okay, Harry, let me drop you because I got to keep.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this for a second, though. Mm-hmm. Now, I think you asking why is Giselle is mad, right? Giselle probably mad at every castmate that has a working relationship.
Ooh.
Because most people misery love company. I'm only saying that, right? So yeah, I'm hearing what Andrew's saying, and he's putting Giselle right in the middle of it, which he's probably right? But at the end, like when you got a two-faced person and you going here, going there, you get mad at the opposite sides instead of the person in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Wait, let me get this straight, Sanders. You're saying that instead of beating up Candiace, Monique should have beat up Giselle?
Yeah.
No. So. That's what I'm saying. Okay, say if you set somebody up, a two-faced person set people up, battle each other, right? Now, it's nothing Giselle would love more. She's out of it. She's in the back picture, but enjoying it that somebody's talking about somebody's husband's cheating because the world know her husband, ex-husband is cheating.
And she won't even bring him around the girls.
But okay, let's just say for the sake of this video that I gave Gabor, agree with him just a little bit, okay? Because I don't like to be wrong. At the end of the day, it still doesn't mean that Candiace isn't shady. Candiace does not treat Monique right.
What did she do to Monique?
She's always nitpicking her and
outside of Monique. Outside of Candiace inviting Charisse to her anniversary party. What has Candiace done to Monique?
No, we can't say that because that's a very important component.
Well, she apologized for it. And she apologized for it. She apologized at the lake house when Monique was upset, even though it had nothing to do with Candiace. It was all Garcelle. Garcelle is the one.
Right.
Now, granted, Candiace should have went to Ashley straight up, but Garcelle is the one who never goes to any of her, wants to do anything that she wants to do.
And
Candiace hasn't done anything to Monique.
Right. And who keep bringing up the mess? Who keep bringing up the mess?
Garcelle, every time you have heard the rumors about her with the trainer, you've only heard them from Garcelle and Garcelle only.
Look, let's just stay on the line. Let's bring on another caller to see if anybody else agrees with me. I don't like being wrong. And
but you're wrong.
Gabor's calling me out. Hi, Simone. How are you?
You go ahead and drop me so you don't get no sound.
Hi.
Are you Team Monique or Team Candiace?
Okay. So I've always been Team Monique, and with recent episodes, she does look like the aggressor in a sense, because at the beginning it was like, okay, this is Candiace that's been instigating, but then you see Monique has been kind of like building up stuff, and Monique is going through a lot. Her marriage might not be in the best shape because of the rumor. You have her business that is clearly failing. And I feel like she is holding in all that anger and venting that towards Candiace. And I feel like the fight was the straw that broke the camel's back with her.
So you're saying you agree with Gabor. You feel that instead of beating up Candiace, she should have beat up Garcelle.
I'm not saying Garcelle is the puppet master in all of this. Right.
Exactly.
We all know that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can agree that Candiace did instigate at that moment, but Monique acted on it.
Yeah.
Say it again, please.
Like,
he couldn't hear you. Say it again.
Okay. Candiace was instigating in that scene, but Monique acted on it. Like, she shouldn't have laid hands, because really they're on a show. They can't lay hands on each other. And that's why it's going around up in the air. She's coming back. What was that?
You never choked anyone?
No.
You know what?
Like, there's been times where I'm like, okay, I'm this close, but at the same time, I know that I shouldn't be acting on it. And granted, in the situation, a regular person will do that. But the thing is, these two women are on a show, and they're part of a union. And in the contract, they say you can't put hands on each other.
But I just got up. Monique just lost it. She kind of lost it.
She really lost it.
She lost it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Monique really lost it. She has been building up stuff for so long in so many different situations that have been bottled up for the longest time. And she always goes back at it to Candiace. It's been a back and forth teeter-totter. And that whole thing at the winery is what made it pop off.
Yeah.
But you know what? But instead of her putting hands on Candiace, she should have turned around and put hands on Garcelle, because she's the one that keeps the pot stirred. And y'all know, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. When that fight, wait a minute, when that fight happened, Garcelle was so happy. She was.
Oh yeah, we both saw Garcelle and Robin smiling when they started to pick at each other.
And
the two crooks.
And Sharrell, to your point, I do get that Monique could be dealing with a lot this season with what's going on. But I think that before she got to a fight where she was going to physically harm Candiace, she should have talked to her first before putting hands on her to see where everything's coming from.
Haven't you just lost it?
I have.
Somebody's poking at you.
You can't talk to me any kind of way, okay? Because I'll throw the first punch.
Ooh!
I agree.
Because if you let somebody throw a punch on you first, you can get knocked out.
That's right.
You see?
Hold on, Simone. I'm going to bring up another caller. Go ahead, Gabor. What were you saying?
You see how Monique grabbed Candiace and she wasn't even able to recover after that.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you can't let nobody touch you first.
Hi, Michael. How are you?
Hey, in regards to the Monique Andrea, I agree with you a little bit, but Monique should have grabbed Giselle and Candiace at the same time.
She should have pulled them with the hair.
Yes. But Candiace knew what she was doing, because if you invite Charisse to your party, you're trying to get her on camera so you could bring up the storyline. She was in it with Giselle. They planned to bring Charisse there to initiate the storyline and bring back Charisse again and again and again.
Let me say this right quick, then, Michael. Okay, so y'all keep on saying that Candiace invited her to the party to get Charisse on camera, right? But when Charisse showed up to Ashley's party, Giselle is the one who tried to get Charisse to say the rumor on camera. She asked her verbatim, what did you hear about her from her friend? And Monique has nothing for Giselle. She has nothing for Giselle, but she has everything for Monique.
Well, no one's saying that Giselle is innocent. Giselle is a huge part of this, but so is Candiace. It's all of them. And Candiace has been instigating, egging this on. She has been not the nicest. Can I at least say that? Gabor?
What has she done? Please tell me what Candiace has done to Monique. Besides invite Charisse to the party. And if you want to say that, I can give you that. I don't see it, but because it's my party, I can invite her. It's up to you to ask me did I invite her and for you to dismiss yourself. But what has Candiace done?
Right.
It's
Hold on.
my party.
It looks like that Rich Andrew's trying to get in. Were you trying to say something, Andrew? Whose team are you on?
What I have to say, I am on Monique's team, because this is the time where the producers are going to decide who are we going to have who are going to be with the show for forever. Who are we going to cut soon? So this is the crucial part where you need to put your stance down, because the Bravo producers, they're not thinking because Potomac is the star show right now. Mm-hmm. I've not met one person who's like, oh, Potomac is just awful. It's worse than Beverly Hills or New York. It is their star show right now. It is on the Sunday night slot. Yeah. They are now, producers are about to look, okay, we can guarantee till season 10 for the show. Who are we going to put on the long term? Who are we going to put on the short term? And who are we not going to put through next season? So I think the girls are going to start to be, we're trying to figure out, okay, I want to make myself go to next season. This is Robin's paycheck. So
Robin is gone.
Paycheck.
Right, yeah, it is.
Anything they can so they don't get cut. They do not care whether they have to step on Candiace, Monique, heck, even Wendy.
So you're saying that if Monique wouldn't have choked Candiace and just walked away and been an adult, that her job would have been on the line? Is that what you're saying?
Possibility.
It possibly could have. They could have been on. She's been on for a couple seasons. She doesn't really cause that much drama. Let's give her the axe.
So by punching someone out, she has sealed herself at least another season.
Yeah, she sealed herself a contract. Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, that's a different way of looking at it, Andrew. But they do have to up the ante, or you're not going to get called back on the show.
But they're not even that good, though. They're still like Beverly Hills and Atlanta again, like 1.5 million, 2 million. Potomac is only getting like 1,900,000. So
exactly,
they're doing well for the drama, but they're for whatever reason their ratings are not. They're not doing the numbers.
Maybe with this fight,
Bravo right now.
I don't think they have.
The ratings have been boosted up.
None of the girls really have a storyline this season. The storyline for Giselle is Monique.
That's true.
Candiace, and the big hype of this season was the fight between Monique and Candiace.
Well, listen, Gabor, you're not excited that Monique is getting back with Pastor Bryant?
That's not real. That ain't
real.
I'm
being messy.
You know what?
Where did you guys see the unedited fight, though? I want to see the whole thing.
We got a better chance of Pastor Bryant and Michael being together than we got of Giselle and Jamal.
Say it again. Say amen. Amen on that. Amen. Amen.
Where did I see the fight? The fight got sent to me from another blogger.
Did you see the fight? Which version did you see? Did you see the version of Behind Monique?
Yes. Well, okay, no. Yeah. I see both versions because I saw the one where Monique was on her back. I mean, Candiace was on her back, and people were dragging Monique away. And then there was the one that was like further away behind Monique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one I saw. And Monique, they didn't show it last night, but Monique's face was wet. When Monique was throwing those punches, Monique's face was wet. So I believe that when she grabbed Candiace by her hair, Candiace was gonna swing, but Giselle and Wendy were grabbing her back. So she couldn't really throw a punch.
Oh, right? Wow. Okay, now you're gonna say she didn't get beat up.
Robin wasn't holding Wendy. Robin wasn't holding her back. We saw Wendy and Giselle holding Candiace.
Well, they were, but later, I mean, you have to admit, Gabor, that
Monique beat her down. I can admit that she beat her.
Yeah.
She beat her like a drum.
yeah. And I've never seen a woman fight like that before.
And Giselle don't want to be around her because she knows Monique's left hand is lethal, and she don't want no parts of it.
She gonna be Monique's friend to the entire show. She's gonna be her friend.
She's gonna try to get her off the show.
Oh yeah.
She wants her off the show because she knows it.
But the rumor is that they're not gonna air the whole fight.
They never do. They never air any of the full fights. They always cut it off, and you see all these different angles, and then it's over, and it's like, they never show it. We're gonna do 45 seconds, and that's it. It's gonna be. They're not.
That was a good fight. That was a good fight. They ain't gonna show that.
I think Sharrell, this is the first time on Real Housewives history where we actually saw two cast members a punch connect. We've seen somebody grab somebody's hair before and stuff like that, and we've seen the husbands fight with New Jersey. But this is the first time where we saw a punch actually connect with somebody.
What were you saying, Andrew?
You know what? I think all these women, they need to watch like the first season of The Sopranos. That's what they have to do. The first season of The Sopranos. I mean, we got to learn if they're going to fight. I want them to figure out how to do it so it's more where they can show more of it on television.
They're never going to do it.
I know. They need to find a way for like what Teresa did, because what Teresa did, they could still do it today when she flipped the table. Mm-hmm. The husbands fighting on New Jersey, they probably won't ever show something like that again. So they need to find a way for that.
Oh, I remember that fight.
Yeah,
that was really
but Andrew, we don't flip tables. We don't flip tables. We throw punches. We throw heads, babe. We throw heads.
We tear the whole winery up, right? We would have been over the whole winery.
Yeah,
because if somebody touched me.
They have to call the police on us to get us out.
If somebody touched me, don't hold me.
Well, let me ask you this, Gabor. Do you think that Monique should have been fired the way that Giselle's trying to get her fired?
I don't think so. No. I think that Giselle only wants Monique fired because she's seen that Monique's left hand is lethal, and she know that Monique can't take all that talk. Monique ain't gonna be able to take all that talk.
And Monique has more than she do.
Because she says she's the anointed one, and Monique is gonna anoint her.
And don't forget, Monique has more than she do in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, that might be where the real problem is.
I think it's jealousy about money. They're mad at Monique. They're jealous of Monique.
That's right.
They're jealous of Monique. They're jealous of Monique.
Got money.
And Giselle is upset because when Giselle had her chance at money with Sherman, Monique messed it up.
Mm-hmm.
Monique messed it up?
Yes, yep. Monique had told
about
him cheating in the car, and about his wife on the show.
Right.
Oh, she did do that. I forgot all about that.
She never forgave Monique
her. And
you
remember when they was in France and she told her, "You took a shot and you missed. When I shoot, I'm not gonna miss. I'm like a ninja waiting in the cut to blow off your head."
I forgot all about that.
And she did just that. She played her against Candiace to get this stuff. Candiace hasn't done anything to her, but every time Giselle was meeting with Monique, she was telling her stuff about Candiace. Oh, did she invite Charisse? I didn't know they was friends like that, but you knew they was on the show together. And
Andrew, do you think that Monique was being messy when she was telling us about Sherman, like you go out at night and pick up women of the night?
I do. She was
do
being
think that was
messy.
messy.
She was.
That
It had nothing to do with the show, right? You had no reason.
Yeah, I would like to know if Sherman likes women of the night. I would like to know that.
Wait, no, I
But-
do take that back.
Don't Michael like men of the night?
But classic Monique,
Rent a man. Rent
Classic-
a man.
classic Monique. She tried to blame everything on Charisse. Oh, it was Charisse who wanted them on the show. But was Charisse there filming when you was getting the information out of the ex-wife? Charisse wasn't there. You were getting that information by yourself, right? But she was being messy, and she
That's
tries to
right.
make it seem like, oh, I don't bring people marriages up, and we don't do this and we don't do that. No, I mean, I like Monique. I really came into this season thinking that Candiace was the reason why it happened. But after episode 2, I was like, come on, Monique. She apologized. When Ashley apologized for saying that she was drinking and driving, you forgave her real quick.
Hold on, Michael. Let me drop you down for a minute.
Wait, I have one more question. I don't
yeah.
know about the thing I sent you about Atlanta and their new housewife allegedly, and she might have taken Drew's peach. I emailed you something over the weekend.
I didn't see it. What was it?
Apparently, there's a new housewife they're bringing in, and
Besides the two
no,
that.
another one,
Oh.
and she might have taken Drew Theodora's peach.
Ooh.
Drew was boring. They said they're bringing her on as Portia's friend, and also she's cool with Marlo. They said, and she's apparently bringing drama. She's younger, like newlywed to an rich African. So yeah, I sent you some stuff. I'll resend it to you. They're saying that because they said Drew broke her foot or something right before COVID in her play. So she's suing the company because they fired her. So Drew really hasn't been able to film with the other ladies. She's just doing like one-on-one and at-home filming. So this Fallen girl, she's younger. She's kind of pretty. She's bringing the mess. Like she's doing like Victoria and,
I'm definitely going to look into that because that's interesting. And the first season, if you don't produce, just ask Sutton, they will get rid of you.
Like season 7, Claudia was supposed to be the friend and Demetria was supposed to be the housewife. But if you bring the drama, they can always switch it because they didn't do the pictures yet. So they can always still bring her on full time.
All right. Thank you, Michael, for calling in. You just brought the tea. We really appreciate it.
Bye, Michael.
Bye.
That went quick, you guys. Our hour is almost up.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
That was really quick. Perry, did you want to add something the last 5 minutes?
Yeah, let me say this right now. Andrew Gabor might have a little point here. I know a lot of people saying, "Hey, the hell with Andrew
Gabor. He is ruining my life right now."
No, but it could be like a happy balance somewhere up in there, right? To where a two-faced person targets somebody they know is already messy, which is Candiace. You feel like Candiace is messy. Me too. She got some messy stuff. So it's easier to use that person because it's more believable, right? If I target a saint, nobody's going to think that saint said anything. Then it's going to come back to me, right? I find somebody that's already got like a little messy past, and then I just drop this. But it sounds like Giselle is the middle person, the only one that's producing this stuff. And
keep it up
because like her life is messed up. And nobody, and then you're trying to, if you get a husband that's cheating and everything else, right? And never gonna really come back. The least you can do is try to save your job on the show. And that's why she's drama. If she can't hit Karen, she's gonna hit somebody else, right? And then I think it came down to Monique being the item she could hit to make her relevant, right? If that makes sense. Like
it do.
She's using that drama to elevate her worth, because at the end of the day, if you worthless, you won't be back next year, right? And then she'll be with no husband, no cash.
I mean, Rich Andrew, are they changing our opinions here, or are we still Team Monique?
You know what? I am Team Monique because you know why? Giselle is driving around in that little Mini Cooper. Monique is driving around in the Bentley Mulsanne top of the line.
The wrecked one, though. Don't forget that she wrecked it while she was drinking.
Okay, yes, I understand that. But yet She is the say she got the car, say she maybe she didn't pay cash for it, but she had the credit to get it anyway, and that speaks volumes.
It does.
Volumes. And what is Giselle driving again? Oh, a Mini Cooper.
I'm not a Giselle fan.
I'm not either.
I want to say one more thing, Giselle, really quick. Where did Giselle get that Candiace went out of her way to befriend Charisse? And she got it from Ashley, because Ashley did not like Candiace after the stuff that she said about Michael being an overseer. She didn't, and Ashley didn't hear that. You seen how Ashley, when they were sitting down doing yoga outside, and she was like, "Oh, the plot thickens," and Ashley was like, "Oh, yes, it shall." She wasn't befriending that girl. They was manipulating Monique. They was trying to bring Monique out of her character. She felt like she was perfect Patty. They're jealous of what she has, and she took the bait. And I'm not saying that she didn't have a way to feel what she feel, but speak to your friend before you believe Giselle, because Giselle is a snake. But she was so happy to be on the in crowd with Giselle that she wanted to isolate Candiace, and it backfired.
That's right.
And you're just seeing the beginning. So on the upcoming episodes, it's supposed to be Robin and Giselle that are trying to get Monique fired.
There you go.
There you go. The snake, two snakes.
And Robin and Monique are the most aggressive girls on the show.
Well, not Robin. You think
Robin went to Ashley's restaurant and put her finger in Ashley's face.
Sure did.
Every time Robin is talking in her confessional, she's talking about popping somebody. She threatened to headlock Ashley.
So Gabor, you don't like anybody else on the show except
I'm
for...
just saying, if we're gonna call out Monique for what she did, Monique is wrong. I'm not saying that Monique was wrong in the thing with her and Candiace, right? But I like Monique, but she was wrong. But we can't make it seem like Monique is just this violent person and Robin is not.
Exactly.
Robin and Monique are the only two that have showed has a history of being violent on the show.
And
none of the other girls have took it there.
Right.
None of them.
And Garcelle be in the background rooting them out. Go, 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 go.
This hour has went by so fast. I like your different point of view, Gabor.
Thank you.
Were you going to say something, Rich Andrew?
I do. You know what, Sharrell? I do have to agree with you. Andrew, the other Andrew, Mr. Gabor, it's nice to get nice to get a different viewpoint. Honestly, it would get so boring if we all had the same opinions. Thank you. And honestly, I have to thank you for bringing different things to light, because sometimes we'll look at these people with our rose-tinted glasses on, and it's helpful for someone to take those glasses off.
Take them off, Andrew. Take them off. Come on over, outside. Come on over.
But before I go, I just want to say, Ashley, if you ever watch this video, please get over there and go with Monique and see how she getting that money, how she embezzling that money out of Chris for their podcast. Maybe you could say that you doing $200,000 for a babysitter or something like that. Maybe she can teach you some tricks to see how she can embezzle that money.
I teach you how to throw them bows.
Listen, I'm going to go ahead and drop you down. Andrew, don't hang up, okay?
Okay.
All right, guys. That was the quickest hour I ever been through. I feel like we haven't even touched half of the stuff we were supposed to talk about. But he did have a point of view. A different point of view. I'll put it that way. I'm still Team Monique, though. But some of the things he said made sense. It did. All right, Andrea, what are your final words?
I'd be glad when somebody finally wake up and throw some bows on Garcelle. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for Monique to get at her. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Watch and see. It's going to happen.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Thank you for calling. Andrea, stay on the line. Don't hang up. Perry, what were your final words?
No. I mean, this the whole thing, right? I mean, we can come out and look at them. All of them have done wrong.
Not Monique. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
No. I'm saying, but I'm saying, like, that's how things happen, right? If you got somebody in your ear and you feel a type of way already, when you hear something, you just lash out without really truly investigating where it's coming from. So I think Giselle is the mastermind behind it.
Yes, she is. Yeah.
Like we'll go with Lisa Rinna. It's like the little puppet master.
Yeah.
And I think she really don't have a choice, because she feel like she's been the laughing stock for years.
Yeah.
for her husband's actions, or ex-husband or whatever,
Right.
you know, and don't have anything. So she got to make herself relevant. And oftentimes you do by try to demeaning somebody else, like
Yeah,
getting them down to your level. So see, it's not just me with an effed up life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These people too. That's what I sort of think happens.
Well, thank you for your opinion, Perry. And we'll see you next week at the same time.
You got it?
Okay, bye-bye. It got really good today, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. A very enjoyable conversation.
Yeah, it did. He had a couple points, but we're still Team Monique, aren't we? Andrew, when you pick up this cup and do, oh my God, you're so funny.
Yes.
It was the best. It was the best. So listen, we're going to do the show again Wednesday, 2:00 Pacific. We're going to do hot topics because we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
We do. We're going to go in. We'll have a couple episodes of Wendy. We'll have a couple episodes of Garcelle. We'll see how she's testing out because today was the first day jitters. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think she did good, Garcelle. They're saying that. Those are the rooms. All right, you guys, listen. I will be back in about 15 minutes with a interview for the whole Larissa and Carmen mess. That's what it is. Did you want to stay on? Or we'll talk about it later. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just stick around. I'll be back in about 15 minutes. Thank you for joining the chat to talk about Potomac and Wendy and Garcelle. It was really fun. Didn't we have fun?
Yes, we did.
I know. You always crack me up.
Yes.
Last words, Andrew?
The fight was boring.
Yeah. All right. On 3, let's say goodbye. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys. See you next time.